She laughed. Right in front of her friends, not the cute kind of laugh, not the "we're just teasing" kind either. It was the kind of laugh that slices straight through your gut, the kind that says, "You're not a man. You're a joke." She said it while holding a wine glass, eyes glittering with cruelty, like she wanted them to see me flinch. So I didn't argue. I didn't get angry that I didn't defend myself. I just paid the bill, and 2 hours later, I left. And what happened after that? Well, this is why karma revenge exists, because people think they can humiliate someone who loves them, and walk away clean. They don't expect what happens when the quiet one finally moves. And trust me, this ending, it changed everything. I'm not really the type of guy people notice in a crowd. Never have been. And maybe that's where it all started. The invisibility. The slow erosion. You don't notice when people stop looking at you with love at first, it's just a glance that lingers a little less, then it's the smile that never quite reaches the eyes. Eventually, it's full-blown disgust. And you're the only one still pretending nothing's changed. Her name is Emily, and once upon a time, I thought she was my home. I met her in college, during my final year. I was tutoring economics in a cramped, overheated library room. She walked in 15 minutes late, winded, hair a mess, eyeliner smudged. She looked like she didn't belong in a place that quiet, and maybe that's why I noticed her. She didn't belong, she was chaos, she was fire in a room full of paper. Is this Econ 310? She asked, out of breath. I nodded. You missed the part where I make everyone donate their souls. She stared. Then laughed. A real one. Back then, her laugh was beautiful. And I was already gone. For the first few years, it was magic. We moved in together a year after graduation. I got a job at a marketing firm. She started working part-time as a stylist and building her Instagram. She was magnetic. People wanted to be near her. Wanted to be her. And for a while, I thought I was the lucky one. That somehow, I'd ended up with someone too good for me. I see now how dangerous that feeling was. Because when you believe you're less than, you'll accept anything. Even humiliation dressed as a joke. I remember the night it all snapped clearly, because it wasn't the first time she laughed at me. It was just the first time I finally heard it for what it was. We were out at dinner with her friends, people I'd never particularly liked, but who she'd insisted I make more effort with. They were loud. Polished. Trendy in the way that feels manufactured. One of them, Vanessa, turned to me and said, "So, Mark, what do you even do again?" "Something, Desquai." The table chuckled. Emily didn't step in. Didn't laugh it off. Didn't say I was brilliant or talented or hardworking. She leaned forward, wine swirling in her glass, and said, "He makes PowerPoints. Like, professionally." Everyone burst out laughing. I just sat there. PowerPoints. That was how she saw me. Not the nights I stayed up working while she slept, not the savings I was building for the future we talked about, not the house I was planning to put her name on. Just PowerPoints. It wasn't even what she said that it was how she enjoyed it. I excused myself to the bathroom. Stood in front of the mirror, trying to figure out how the hell I'd become the punchline. And something shifted in me right there. Not anger. Not rage. It was clarity. I walked back to the table. Quietly paid the entire bill, despite the fact that they'd ordered multiple bottles of wine I hadn't touched. Then I sat there, for exactly 2 more hours. Smiling. Silent. Watching. No one noticed how quiet I'd gotten. They were too busy laughing. At me. When we got home that night, Emily tried to act like everything was normal. She tossed her heels off, dropped her purse on the kitchen counter, and asked, "Did you have fun?" I didn't answer. I just stared at her. That made her pause. What? She said, suddenly defensive. You enjoy making me small in front of them, I said. Calm. Measured. She rolled her eyes. Oh my God, it was a joke. You've made the same joke 6 times. This year. Silence. Then, with that condescending smile, she said, if you're that sensitive, maybe you should stay home next time. Boom. There it was. That moment where the person who promised to protect you shows you exactly how disposable you are to them. So I nodded. Said, you're right. She blinked. Caught off guard by my agreement. I will stay home, I said. Starting now. I didn't sleep in our bed that night. Slept on the couch, laptop open. AirPods in, planning. Because here's the thing about quiet guys. You never see us coming. And when we decide to leave, we don't slam doors. We erase ourselves. The next morning, I was up before her. Made coffee, cleaned the kitchen, packed a bag. Not everything. Just a few key things. I left my wedding ring on the counter. By the time she came out, I was buttoning up a fresh shirt. She rubbed her eyes. Where are you going? Out. That's vague. Yep. I kissed her on the forehead and walked out. That week, I started making calls. To a lawyer. To a real estate agent. To a therapist. To myself. Because I wasn't going to just leave. I was going to rebuild. And make sure she saw every brick of it. Fast forward 6 months. New apartment. Sleek. Clean. Mine. Promotion at work. Turns out, when you're not carrying the weight of someone who belittles you, you can fly. Therapy. Changed my life. For real. I laughed for the first time in years, and it wasn't hollow. And then came the Instagram message. Hey, just thinking about you. Hope you're good. I stared at it for 10 full minutes. Then replied, I am. She followed up with a selfie, her in our old apartment. My couch still in the background. Miss this. I didn't reply. The next week, I posted a photo. Me, standing next to a woman named Harper. Strong, kind eyes. A quiet confidence. The kind who listens without judgment. Caption, turns out peace looks good on me. Emily saw it. She liked it. Then unliked it. Then blocked me. And that was that. No screaming. No begging. No dragging each other through mud. Just silence. And somewhere in that silence, she finally realized. She hadn't broken me. She'd freed me. So if you're out there, sitting at a dinner table being laughed at by someone who should be your biggest supporter, don't argue. Don't yell. Just smile. Pay the bill. And walk away. Because sometimes the most powerful revenge is becoming someone they don't even recognize anymore.